T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
You're on mute.
You know what? I used to like streaming. I don't know what you got going on, but y'all used to like unmute it, and then I would say, but let me start over. On the planet, I am so excited to be here tonight. This is the Impact Recap post show. We did not do a show last week because the Salt Shakers were at Wale Mania, and then Friday night we were actually at the Multiverse of Matches. So that's what was discussed on this episode of Impact. So of course that's what we'll be doing tonight. And I mean, I am not alone. Of course, I am joined by your editor-in-chief, the guest of honors, the free agent of Women's Wrestling Talk, none other than the other half of the most dominating tag team in Women's Wrestling Talk history, Santana. Tell me about that intro, though. Come on.
I mean, it was nice, and one day down the line, future Bullet Club member. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be in there so bad. I mean, honestly, we went to Impact. It was my first time being at an Impact show. So I mean, it was great for me because I got to see people that I kind of started watching on get into Impact because of Nickie. And so I mean, seeing the matches in person and everything of that nature, it was really, really good. We had a great time. It was crazy, you guys. My first time really seeing how Nickie acts when she's watching one of her faves. And so, I mean, I don't know. Like, it was really, really cool. Yeah, definitely a blooper moment. Yeah, it is crazy how people did actually pay for it on Fight just to watch the show on on tonight. So it's crazy. Honestly, it really, really is. And so on and so forth. So I mean, like, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy moment and everything of that nature. So I mean, it was pretty cool, you know, and honestly, truly, you really don't have to pay for Fight TV, but you know, keep that on the low. You know, you could have watched it somewhere else, but we're not gonna tell you.
That is hilarious. Come back and you're talking about illegal. Illegal.
Oh no, I was talking about like Impact. Like, it was fun. It was cool. Yeah, I don't know, Nickie.
I think this is just the night of bloopers. I told you guys my Wi-Fi is starting to go in and out, so it's freaking hilarious. All the way the freaking idiots want to invade, but I don't know. I don't know what you said most of, but
well, I was just talking about just being like my first Impact show.
Yeah.
And
the last thing I heard was future Bullet Club member, and I was.
Oh yeah, that's when you kind of froze out, and I was like, "Oh snap!"
I think that killed me. By the way, for the record, me and Jay White, we have squashed any beef that we had moving forward. We talked it out, and we even, too sweet.
I'm glad I was there because I was able to be in the midst of watching two people, sever their
Yeah,
beef while being there. I
yeah.
feel like I was the peacemaker, and it transpired and it took place. So yeah, I'm always breaking the rules and never fails.
Listen, we might see some future Bullet Club members. Who knows? The Salt Shakers might be Bullet Club members. You
I
know,
mean, I think we will fit. We're
I think
both
we would
heels.
fit.
We're
I think
both heels. We're cool. You know.
yeah. So what we're gonna do tonight, since we were actually at the event, we're gonna have a little fun. So we're gonna tell you guys, did we enjoy the match more so on TV, or did we enjoy the match in person? Um, so
I can
we
tell
can
you
go
right
ahead.
now, the first match we talk about, Nickie definitely,
How did you know that
enjoyed.
was gonna be? How did you know
Because
that was gonna?
you said you
How
started
did
at
you
the
know that
bottom.
was gonna be first?
Because you said you
Um,
started at the bottom, and I put it there purposely.
Okay. Well, I just want to say this. I told you guys numerous of times that this man was not here to be played with. Okay. I told you that this man was going to win his X Division championship back, not win it, but retain. Um, and w-
I'm so stupid. I realized I have the wrong graphic up there. Chris Bay.
oh,
I couldn't find the one with Chris Bay in there,
well,
but
he's actually well, no.
yeah, he's not. I couldn't find the one with Chris Bay. Like I don't know where it transpired
Well,
to.
he
But
didn't
Chris
win
Bay.
anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
Overall, the match was really good. I just want to say, I really want to say, Trey, you are a phenomenal athlete. You are a phenomenal wrestler. You are phenomenal. Period. The interaction and being able to see you retain meant everything. You are the best, and I told you were going to win. Good luck with your match going into Rebellion. You said it tonight. What makes people think that you can't run through three people if you ran through five? Um, Stop playing with my champion. I like. I don't want to hear it. Trey, yeah, definitely the goat. Definitely the goat. It's goat season. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Um, it was really nice. I guess I'm the one up in the comments, Chris Bebe, child. But yeah, did you enjoy this match better in person or seeing it tonight?
I feel like I really enjoyed it more so in person because I really got to see things that were transpired, even though I was a majority of the time I was taking pictures.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it in person. But I also did like seeing it on TV.
Mhm.
Actually seeing some of the moves that happened, I really enjoyed seeing them. And of course, I was
Mhm.
looking at Chris Bay, so I mean,
Yeah, of course.
that was my eye candy.
Well, listen, Trey don't get lucky. I just want to say that. But on that note, he didn't make a lunge out of the ring
Yeah, I
to
thought
where we were sitting at, and it was crazy.
you have no idea how many times I almost thought I died.
It was crazy. Like we were way closer than what we thought we were going to be,
So
honestly.
serious.
In particular in this match, I really enjoyed seeing Jordan Grace in this match as
Mhm.
well. She held her own. She was honestly going, just about to. Um, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Santana's photography for this. Really, really stellar. If you guys have not um, checked it out, make sure you check it out on her page and our Instagram as well. Some really phenomenal pictures of the Bullet Club, Chris Bay, Trey Miguel, stellar picture of Chelsea Green.
Mhm.
Just amazing photos. And yeah, so if you see Santana at one of your shows, she might be making that bid for best photographer in the game. I ain't gonna say no names and nothing like that, because we appreciate it. Uh, However, comma, she not playing. So yeah. But going back to the match itself, I knew Trey was gonna win. I'm honestly just happy I'm there. I was there. I'm really upset I'm not gonna be at Rebellion. But I will be at Under Surge and I will be at Mayday, and I might dip down to Orlando May 13th and 14th for the show there. But we'll just have to see. Any last thoughts on the match before we move on?
I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, Jordan Grace, she definitely held her own in this match. There were a lot of crazy spots, a lot of crazy dives. But it was really, really good. And I hope Nickie puts me in her trunk wherever she goes to Impact.
That might be a plan. That really might be a plan. Well, I'm gonna skip the order a little bit to make it a little unfair because
unfair.
Yeah, Trey threw something at a fan and blew a kiss. And what was that all about? Since you were there live, so I honestly, that fan is lucky as hell.
Yeah, that fan is like, I don't think the fan knew exactly what to do
at all.
They didn't know if they should have picked it up or some sanitize it because it did hit the floor.
I didn't think nothing.
From what I saw it hit the floor on the other side. But I mean, hey.
Well, the fan was very ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Appreciative.
And Trey did get it back though. Yeah.
And Trey did get just since we are on live, since that was mentioned by the Wrestling Classic. Mm-hmm. This is live. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for everybody in the comments. That was also live on Fight TV. If you want to go back and watch it too. But yeah.
It was a beautiful moment.
It was. And the fan made sure that Trey got his earring back. Mm-hmm. And Trey Miguel. I mean, you're the best. Honestly, period. Trey, ain't nobody. I'm telling you, nobody in Impact.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we appreciate you too. I hopped on the Wrestling Classic earlier today for a little moment, so make sure you guys check that out on Spotify and Apple Music as well. The video will be posted, I believe, sometime too. I was only audio, but that was a great time, and thank you for the Wrestling Classic for always with the comments. We love it. Moving right along. So since we're finished talking about my favorite male in Impact, one of my honest favorite matches of the night was Chris Sabin and Jay White. This match, honestly, I mean, no words. I will say that it was I will say I just wanted, that's hilarious. That's so funny. I do want to say that this was definitely better in person. There were certain things in this match that I don't know. As you can see, Santana can't even hold her composure. I will speak for Santana until she can get her. She actually got to meet Jay White, and she is the reason why we have no beef anymore. So, Santana, are you going to be able to hold it?
I am.
Because we all know you love Chris Bay, but like that other Bully Club member,
the leader at that, child. Okay, so like for over the course of the weeks, I have been fonding of Chris Bay and Jay White. Having a chance to see them in person and getting a chance to meet both of them. I don't know, like Chris Bay is like amazing. He really, really is extremely talented, amazing, all that stuff like that. Really, really nice. Jay White is really, really nice. But it was just like something about that part in the ring when he was giving those chops to Chris Sabin and like that little corner action with the head, with the face, the head to head thing.
That was
I don't know, but whatever it was, it really drawed me a lot. It's like my body, like. When I think that'll be a great match.
He getting his ass kicked.
You can't say he's gonna get his ass kicked. That man is gonna put up a fight. Trust me, he is. But honestly, I did like watch, like, okay, so seeing it in person, being in that moment, my body left my soul because I pictured that being me. Watching it on TV, it still felt the same way, but seeing it in person was a lot better, in my opinion. Um, yeah, Switchblade, everybody.
Listen, I have no words. I want to keep the beef. I want to keep it mutual. Jay White, you are a talent, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I watched you and Chris Bay tag team over the summer when you guys were at the Skyway Studios here in Nashville. Absolutely, and we said this tonight. One of the best wrestlers.
He was in the ring, one of the best.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'm sure you love watching too. Wrestling class.
Yeah. Yeah, they are having a triple threat match. Because Steve Macklin did come out and attack Chris Sabin and Jay White. They wanted him to enjoy the fun and inserted himself. And I mean, hey, now we got a triple threat match between those three, a Rebellion, and of course, I'm going with Switchblade.
Suck it up, Justin, please.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the triple threat, Macklin is here and he is not going to play. However, we will save that information because guess where we'll be? In the week of Rebellion, we will be here for the post show for Impact, and we will also be here holding it down, the Salt Shakers, for the Rebellion post show as well. Because unfortunately, I will not be there, and I don't want to keep saying it, but it's really hurting.
It saddens.
You guys will understand more why once we get to business. But shout out to Jay White and Chris Sabin for putting on a stellar match, and I really enjoyed it. Very surprised that Chris Sabin won that match.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was happy all night.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel that for you, and I love that. Also, another great match we got to see was Josh Alexander teaming up with Jonah. I had to explain Jonah. I had to explain the story between Josh Alexander and Jonah to some of our fellow Clubhouse members. They took on the Impact World Champion Moose along with the astonishing yet charismatic PCO. The reason we're laughing is because when I tell you, this man is like a class act.
For real.
I have no words for this match, honestly.
It wasn't a bad match. I mean, we finally got to see a little bit of interaction, a lot of interaction between Josh Alexander and Moose. And even with, PCL coming back to life like Frankenstein and Jonah. But it was a lot of tension between all four of these men, honestly, who gets to beat on who and so on and so forth. True. So, I mean, I thought it was pretty decent. PCO out here doing backflips with his old self. It was a lot that was going on in the
Yes, astonishing and charismatic.
Astonishing and charismatic.
Yes.
PCO.
I said what I said. I love me some Josh Alexander. He better be taking this title off of Moose.
I really hope he does. He deserves to take that title off him.
It's really becoming really like Moose has a chokehold on that title. Literally. And I will say this match was much better in person. Anytime I get to see this is like, honestly, Impact Wrestling is like one of the few men's divisions that I actually respect. Josh Alexander embodies the legacy of a Kurt Angle. He really wrestles at a very just high caliber that I really love. And Moose is also a really great wrestler. I don't know if you agree or not, but I really Moose is really good in the ring. He isn't a 5 to 7 type moveset type of guy.
He definitely pulls some things out the arsenal. So So I wouldn't say that he's one of those type of champions where, you get the five same moves every time they're in the match. You know what I'm saying? He definitely
I'm
does
not
give you,
wrestling at all.
right. But he definitely gives you a lot. You know what I'm saying? He tries to pull different things out of his arsenal
Mhm.
and on for different opponents. But with Josh Alexander, someone who is extremely, extremely, extremely talented, this is going to be one of his toughest competitors because the way
Thus,
that you did him, the way that you did him when he first won that title, you're definitely going to get yours moves. I'm telling you, Josh is not playing with you. Come Rebellion, you may not be holding that title anymore. It's possible.
it's very possible, and I hope that doesn't. I hope that only applies to one champion. I'm hoping to see all
Mm,
retained except for Moose. So that's what we're gonna put out in the universe,
yeah.
since we are talking about the multi-universe. But great match overall, and I'd love to see Josh and Jonah really just. I don't know where they could go. I think they should
Mhm.
be in a triple threat match, or I think what's probably gonna happen is when Josh wins this title, Jonah's gonna be the one to say, you owe me this match. But
Mhm.
I will say this: Morrissey is somewhere around here.
Yeah, he's lingering around.
And there's a few other people that are lingering too.
Mhm.
um Now, a match that I think a lot of people like really wasn't feeling, but a match that I really enjoyed because I'm a huge fan of Eddie Edwards now. This match was it was a lot, very lengthy, and it was
Very
like a straight up like
fist fight.
fist fight. I will say this match was 10 times better to watch on TV.
Mhm.
And the only reason is because it was like there was no distractions of me being there. Um, when you're rooting for someone else, you sometimes like, and I know this is just for me probably, I pay attention to one of the superstars, one of the
Mhm.
wrestlers, one of the people in the ring more than I do others. So I was very reeled into Eddie Edwards. Um, but overall, I do think this was one of those matches that was like, I don't know. The crowd just wasn't really, you know, or maybe they were into it and it was just quiet.
Well, it. I mean, when it just, you do have those type of wrestling, certain type of wrestling. You have the ones who make the noise. Their shows that they're into it, and then you also have the ones that kind of just really enjoy the match by just watching, or just like paying attention to different move sets and different things that are happening and whatnot. And I mean, I think with this match here, I think I was more focused on making sure I got great photos than actually watching the match. So
Yeah.
actually sitting there watching it back again at home,
Mhm.
it really wasn't a bad match.
Yeah.
It's all about those who really care for those New Japan wrestlers. And mixing and making with Impact wrestler or RH, right, which we want to call them, so on and
He's
so
still
forth. But
Impact.
yeah, but
I mean, he might go over to ROH, but I still consider Eddie to be. I
he's
was
still
probably the
Impact.
only person. Well, there was another person that was standing right, like
Yeah.
diagonal from us, but I was one
Mhm.
of the few people that was actually rooting for that man. I don't care what y'all tell fans to do or whatever. I'm gonna like. I love a good heel,
Mhm.
and I remember us going back to the first moments of us thinking it was going to be Macklin.
Mhm.
The whole time it was Eddie, and now to
Mhm.
see him, now where he is, I think that he was the appropriate opponent uh, for this match to represent Impact, even though you know things are a little dicey,
Just a little dicey.
just a little dicey. Well, moving on right along, um, we have our last technical men's match because the next match that we get into after this will be an intergender match.
Mhm.
But also, like, I think more people would say that this was the match of the night for
Mhm.
them. Alex Sheely and Mike Bailey,
Yeah,
Speedball, baby, they put on a show.
they really did.
They really did. Like in
It was a
person, this
really
was
good
like
match.
just as good as it was on TV.
Mhm. It was a really good match. I earlier that day I had a chance to like really see Mike Bailey beat in a match, like wrestle beforehand. And I mean, he hits hard. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, like you feel like you're getting whipped or something because his kicks it is like so like
Precise.
very much so. Like he's
Everything is
very
precise.
technical with his strikes, and so on and so forth. But
I would,
I mean, and Alex, I mean, I've seen him wrestle before, and everything, and because I think he used to be. I don't know if he used to be Evanborn. I don't think he used to be Evanborn.
I
I
have
don't know.
no idea.
One of them used to be Evanborn.
I just know
I
he
think he's
was
in I think he's in AEW. The one needs to be Evanborn.
okay. Yeah, I
One of
just
them.
know Alex was with Chris Sabin
Yeah.
because I've been, doing. I do want to ask though when it comes
Mhm.
to Mike Bailey because I know you're a huge anime fan. Does he fight like an anime character?
He definitely gives me Rock Lee from Naruto. Honestly,
Okay,
he
for
really
all you
he
fans of
definitely
anime,
does give me like anime
man,
character, like very very. It's
yeah.
all about like certain moves and like I said, the strikes and everything. If we could put him in a Rock Lee outfit for Halloween, he would definitely move the same as him.
Because like seeing him honestly in person wrestle, I think this is maybe my
Hmm.
second or third time. He looks like a cartoon. Like when he
Hmm.
wrestles and when he fights, everything is just like precise and it lands and it looks good. He looks good. He like he looks
Like
creepy.
his moonsault to the knees, like when he goes into like it's like a moonsault, like into the like his when he goes into the moonsault, he grabs his knees and like kind of drops him on somebody's like stomach. That is hard. That's fire. Like
Yeah.
if I knew how to do that, I would do that on everybody. But I mean, he
That
is
would be the
like
finisher.
that would be my finisher. I definitely enjoy watching him
Yeah.
wrestle. I don't know. I guess I'm really into like the strikers and stuff. Ones who are like strikers, technical, high flyer type wrestlers. Like if you can give me a good dive, a good moonsault, a strike, just pull something crazy out your bag. I'm into you for real. Like
I
I
love
live
it.
for it. I
I
really
love
live for
it
it.
honestly because I mean I love a good wrestling match.
Hmm.
Even though I really I'm not gonna say I'm huge fans of either one of these.
Hmm.
But that's what I love about the product of Impact Wrestling. Um, there's just a sense of I don't know, like everything is just stellar. There's not a bad match.
No, and this match card that they had was stacked.
Stacked.
They're
I
they're
mean,
always stacked though. It's
arguably the
the
best of the
same.
weekend.
Yeah, like it's all their
The stand and
impact.
deliver. I mean, no tea, no shade, but
Well, I think my only favorite match from Stand and Deliver, and not to jump off the NXT, would
yeah,
have to be that ladder match. And it sucks that my favorite Carmelo did not win his title, but maybe there's something bigger and better for him outside of that. So who knows? But I was definitely rooting for him. But
and that
yeah, I
was our
mean,
free agent moment, brought to
very much
you by
so.
none other than my tag partner
Because I
Santana.
am the free agent around here.
She is
I
the
bounce
free
around. I bounce
agent.
around from time to time. But
And
yeah, I think it was a good match. It was really good. I actually liked it in person because I like hearing the kicks and everything.
yeah.
It was my
Now,
thing.
a match that I like, and Chelsea, I love you if you're watching. I love you dearly. I had an amazing chat with you at WrestleCon. You're an amazing soul. You're funny as hell. I mean, keep trolling these fools. But I have
One of
to
the
be honest
idiots.
and say these internet. I have to say that I enjoyed this match more in person because for some reason, every time that Mickey James is in a tag match and I go to the match, she's always on my side and the competitor's on this side. So
Mhm.
Chelsea wasn't on my side. So there was a lot of things that I missed. When she walked by, Santana got an amazing photo of her gear that is posted on our page. She's posted it as well on her story. And I also saw it used by one of the former knockouts, Taryn. Is that her name?
Taryn, I think it's Taryn
Taryn.
Terrell, isn't it? Taryn.
Taryn Terrell
Oh, yeah.
had
Mhm.
used it too, and it looked so good. But this match here, and also I did not like the ending. So Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona, of course, the recently married Cardonas, went toe to toe with Impact legendary man Nick Aldis and your former full-time Impact Knockouts world champion, the legendary Hardcore Country, Mickie James. And listen, Nick Aldis and Mickie James did get the win. And I don't like that. I don't. Because for one, the Cordonas tapped. And I don't think that it was a necessary victory for Mickie James. I really was under the impression that the Cordonas would get the win and then they would just build this crazy dominance, like beating like Mickie James and Nick, who are legendary in their time. And then you have someone like Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green who are like on the rise at the top of the mountain, really like at the same time, going to different promotions, being these super heels, being the most, really being freaking goals. Like I told you, you're freaking goals in wrestling. Like you're wrestling with your husband, and I'm just waiting on you. And I said this, Chelsea, and she knows it. I'm waiting on you to turn on that man so you can become the Impact Digital Media Champion. But that's another story. What did you think about this match in person, though? I'm curious.
Like I said, majority of the time I was taking pictures, and but at the time I was enjoying the match. But I definitely, if you don't see that many Mickie James pictures, it's because I was zooming in on Chelsea Green because she was in my peripheral. I could see this woman. Mickie was doing a lot of stuff on the other side, and like I said, I really forgot she was even there.
Mickie was in the match most of the time too.
Exactly. So she was doing a lot of movement and everything. Yeah, but I don't think that they should have won this match. Not necessarily. Like Chelsea just turned on you. Y'all got into an altercation at the NWA show. This is your first match having it together. All four of you, Chelsea and Matt should have went over. So that if they chose to build something with this, between these four, then they should have let Chelsea and Matt win. Having Mickie and Nick win, I don't know what that actually does. Yeah, it can, it can still allow her to stay strong, but she's already lost her title. She's not strong anymore. She got turned on by her friend. She's not strong anymore. Her winning this match, it doesn't do much, to be honest. It's just like, okay, well, Mickie and Nick won. What's next? Does this continue? Does he go after the digital media title or what? Like what really happens between these four in order to keep this thing going? Maybe Chelsea would be upset at the fact that Nickie made her tap.
Maybe. And, she tapped with her husband. And the only thing that I can say is at least they tapped together. That's it. At least whatever they did, it was together.
They did it together. And that's the beauty of it.
And that's the beauty of it. And I hope that we probably, I don't know if they're going to add Chelsea versus Mickie to the card at Rebellion. I don't know. But if they do, I would love to see Chelsea get the victory and then move on and go face Tasha Steelz, who we will get into a little later. Couple comments. Mickie got a bit of revenge on Matt, and that's a good point. This was basically an interpromotional match with Mickie and Nick representing NWA and those Cordonas representing Impact. And that's very true. But with that being said, Cardona is what? The NWA world still.
He still is because of the disqualification.
Correct. And I got to see that match, and honestly, like that match was crazy. When I say like Matt Cardona is putting on bangers, like stellar performances, and that's not to take away from any of his opponents. I feel the same way about Trey Miguel. I feel the same way about Eddie Edwards. I feel the same way about Josh Alexander. They are putting on performances. Like we spend on any post show that I'm on, we spend way more time on these men than we do on any other promotion. Now, if you want that shit, you can go to Friday night and they'll load you down. Okay, with Santana and Stephanie, they will load you down. But if you come with that shit on Monday, you go. Roman barely got talked about. Make sure y'all check that post
There
show out.
wasn't anything to discuss.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing. That man.
Now maybe Friday, Stephanie's gonna want to talk about him winning, and I'm like, girl,
It's true.
okay.
And another thing, another moment for the free agent here, Santana. Okay, moving right along though, because we're almost finished, but it feels like we're gonna be spending a lot of time on a particular thing. So moving right along. Listen, I love this match so much. The Knockouts World Tag Team titles were on the line. The Influence, your current and still champions, the legendary Madison Rayne and her partner, the beautiful and eccentric Tennille Dashwood, going up against the dominating team of the newly signed Impact Knockouts. Evans. We dropped that exclusive earlier today. Make sure you check it out on YouTube and Fight TV, along with none other than your your Impact Knockouts world champion, Tasha Steelz, going head to head against Decay, Rosemary, and Havoc, along with the newly team of Lady Frost and Giselle Shaw. When I tell you the girls served,
they were out.
The tag team match was stellar. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that match. I didn't like from top to bottom. That match was definitely one of my favorites. Overall, no doubt.
It was a really good match. Finally get to see a lot of people in person versus seeing them on TV. I mean, these women. Yeah, Nikki's been breasting up on her thesauruses and everything.
I have. I don't know what that's about.
There's a little bit. But I don't think I agree. There was nothing really wrong with this match. All of these women really, every woman in this match had a moment to show what they're capable of. We did get to see the interaction between Tasha and Rosemary. We got to see a little interaction between, seeing Giselle and Lady Frost be a tag. We was a little skeptical about like why would they put them in a tag and not like utilize the inspirations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of crazy.
And they were there.
They were there. They could have been in this match. I don't know why they didn't put them in the match. But I mean, looking at Lady Frost and Giselle being a tag, it wasn't too bad. I mean, there was a little I want to be in the spotlight action going on with their interests or whatever, but nonetheless, they worked really, really good together. Of course, shout out to Savannah. Congratulations on being signed to Impact.
Yeah.
Although a lot of people thought you were signed to them, but hey, it's official now. You're part of the Knockouts division, so congratulations to you. It's definitely been blowing up. Nickie, Katrina, and so if you have not watched it, make sure you go watch it, as well as read the article too that Nickie wrote. So go ahead and do that as well. And blow up on Twitter because Twitter is going crazy with it. And so is Instagram and so on and so forth. But other than that, I mean, this match, the tag team champions, they retained. I mean, I didn't expect them to lose it, obviously. Because of course they got to get ready for whoever they're going to be facing at Rebellion.
Which we really have no idea. I just want to say with the Savannah Evans thing, I really appreciate being a part of the team that at Women's Wrestling Talk that received that information and got that exclusive. We said it and we've been saying it. We are the number one Women's Wrestling Talk show on the planet. And we want everyone to understand that women's wrestling will be respected. And it will be given in the appropriate manner. It was amazing to be a part of giving Savannah the platform to talk about her experience, to talk about her reasoning, to talk about, other things in the interview. So please make sure you check it out. whether you like it or share it or comment, doesn't matter. Just make sure, and I cannot stress this enough, especially with the young talent we have, and the prospering talent we have in Impact. Make sure you're going to these shows and supporting your local talents. Like,
Mhm.
and even with the big promotion shows, make sure you're like letting it be known that, hey, like, I'm supporting you. Like, I want you guys to know, and I get frantic a little bit too myself to even go up to people, and talk and say things. I mean, Jay Lethal and Adam Cole and Jay Uso was on my flight, which was crazy. But overall, honestly, just make sure you're supporting these people. And um, I speak for everyone here at Women's Wrestling Talk. We are very excited to see what Savannah Evans has to offer, because she is in a division that has the greatest women's division in the past 10, 15 years. And
Mhm.
there's no argument to that. There's
Of
just not.
course not.
And speaking of two women who were featured in this match as well, Rosemary did win a battle royal before the multiverse on Thursday night. She will be going head to head with Tasha Steele.
Where was it?
Is someone in here?
I don't think so. What is it?
I don't know who. I don't know what that was.
I'm
Oh, that
afraid.
was so sweet. That was so sweet. Yeah, he Jay Lethal's actually doing an interview with the Wrestling Classic as well. So make sure you guys check that out as well. But yes, I don't know what that noise was that really threw me off. But like I said, these two women are very familiar with each other, have a long history with someone who I mean, with a lot of the women in the knockouts. But Saturday, April 23rd, live on pay-per-view. Make sure you check it out. The Tasha Steelz, and I'm saying it, yes, the Tasha Steelz will be putting her Knockouts World Championship on the line against someone who we have not seen in singles competition in a very, very long time. This woman knows her way around pretty much every single match, from a monster ball match to a six-sided cage. She is not the one to play with. I am very nervous. And with that being said, I have been dreading this moment since we probably started the live and since I came back from Dallas. If I start to cut out, please let me know, because this is very important. I Before we get into that, we did have an answer at the multiverse. Deonna Purrazzo actually faced someone who she beat to get the AAA Rainy Day Reigns championship from, and her name is Santana.
Her name is Fabi, child.
I'm not speaking of her name because at the show, if you notice, the fan that she was arguing with was
Ah,
me. Um, all love and war. It was a great time. She was very frustrated. I think I got into her mind as being one of Deonna Purrazzo's biggest fans. I said one of Ella, if you're listening to this, but all seriousness, Deonna became 6-0. Okay, I want you to hear that 6-0 in the Champ Chan Challenge, and I don't even think the Champ Chan Challenge has been going on for 3 months.
no, not at
She
all.
is the most defending champion in the history of wrestling. I don't care if it's wrong. I'm gonna say it now. Of this time, I've never seen a champion defend like Deonna. I've never seen a champion, unless you're doing like an open challenge or something like she's doing. But this woman is one of the most consistent champions of all time. After that match, of all people in that arena, I was very surprised by a favorite of Women's Wrestling Talk, an OG here, the phenomenal, honestly, and the beautiful Taya Valkyrie. Made her, I mean, she returned. And what other way to return? The longest reigning knockouts champion returning on the champ. There were a lot of things that has transpired since Thursday. I was utterly shocked. And you guys know how much I love Deanna, but I've actually gotten to meet Taya Valkyrie. I met her at the Ziggy Dice show. We hit it off. We've kept in contact. I saw her at WrestleCon. She it she she's a very particular character. And
Nickie is in a tough situation, you guys. She's very nervous. She doesn't really know what's going to happen in this match. Deanna could retain or Deanna could lose her title. But after the promo that Taya Valkyrie gave tonight, it is very possible that she's going to beat the living hell out of Deanna Purrazzo. It's definitely possible. It's going to be a great match. Nonetheless, no matter who wins or whatever, I believe it's going to be a great match.
it's like watching my child, right? It's like watching my child. I want what's best for Deanna. I really do. I am rooting for Deanna because I'm loyal to a fault because I knew Deanna before I knew Taya. I love Taya to death. She's an amazing soul. Taya has this personality that it's so like, oh, I don't know. It's like a volcano. It's like a volcano. Um, but before we get out of here, this is happening. Um, and I will not be there. And maybe it will be best that I'm not there. Maybe it's best that I just collect my thoughts and collect my emotions at under surge. Please, if you're there, please come up to speak. I'm trying to go to as many Impact shows as I can. And I really love the crowd. I really love the other fans that are joining in. But I will be missing this match. But I will be reporting on this match every step of the way, live Twitter, as my nerves begin to sink in. Saturday, April 23rd, live on pay-per-view once again. The Triple A Reina de Reigns Championship is on the line with none other than the virtuoso, your champ, Deanna Purrazzo, going head-to-head with the number one contender and the longest reigning Knockouts champion to this date, Taya Valkyrie. I did not think that this match would be happening in Impact. If you guys follow Women's Wrestling Talk, you know that this match was actually announced to be on a AAA promotion on April 3rd, on April 30th. I do apologize. This match has now been moved. So don't know what that means for Taya Valkyrie. Do we know?
Do we know if Taya Valkyrie is going to be taking home that title? Do we? Do we know that? We don't know. But Nickie, what do you think?
Am I back?
You're here.
Okay. I'm gonna say it now because I'll be wearing both of my Deanna shirts moving forward. On next week I'll be wearing my Deanna Virtuoso shirt, and the following week I'll be wearing my champ shirt. I'm saying it now at the end of Rebellion because they will be the main event. I don't care. I hope so. If Josh and Moose don't, the main event, and still your Triple A Reina de Reigns champion, and you're still ROH, because we ain't even talked about it. Your ROH World Women's Champion, the Virtuoso, and the age of the Virtuoso, Deanna Purrazzo. And I'm only going off of what she said, and I'm not gonna tell you guys, but she gave me some type of, she told me, in so many words that don't worry. That's really not a spoiler. That's just saying don't worry. And so I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to be nervous. I'm just going to let whatever happens. And this is why I love what I do. This is why I love women's wrestling. It's for moments like this. You can if you watch the full programming of the multiverse, you can see me and Taya Valkyrie's engagement at the end of the match where she tells me the infamous words, "I told you, Deanna, I'm sorry if you had." So, I am so sorry you had to sit through that. Um, before we get out of here, yes, I am very emotionally damaged. Um, I'm I have nothing. Um, in that midst of that time too, just down the road, hours before that, Mercedes Martinez did become your interim ROH World Women's Champion as well. So there is going to be a moment where we see Deanna and Mercedes bust the block again. If you don't know what that means, hit up Urban Dictionary, please, and become cultured. Until next time, basically. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I'm still working on this amazing article that I just feel like needs to it's going to include, it highlights TNA Impact knockouts, all of the history. And I just think there's so much more that I need to add. Me and Santana got to meet the beautiful people over the WrestleCon weekend, and when I say that
It was nice.
it was beautiful. No pun
Yeah.
intended. No pun intended. That's it for the multiverse matches. You guys, multiverse of matches that we did attend, and we did watch it again tonight. Um,
They should do more of those, honestly.
yeah,
They really should. Like they
they
should
should.
make it like a whole thing of like multiverse, like pay-per-view or something like every year. They should definitely have that. And I just
They
hope to
should.
see my faves on the card.
I do too. It was really good to see Trey Miguel always, um, and just to be in that moment and seeing him. I, he was so proud of that moment, and anytime I can see that, even when Deanna, I remember when Deanna superplex, German suplex that woman, and she looked over there, like, and it just was a proud moment for me. I really love um, the product, and each of the ones that we got to meet and got to talk to during WrestleCon, from Chelsea to Deanna to Trey to Jay White to Chris Bay to Josh Alexander. I even saw him a couple times. To Eddie Edwards, to, of course, I mean, Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I feel like
Yeah,
they
they were
family,
cool.
like they are family now. I love them.
Mhm.
Even Gia Miller, getting to see her wrestle, Ace Austin. I can go on for days. Their whole roster is just full of just young, talented, like, wrestlers who just want to just go out and just kill it every time. Like, there's no match on the card that is just like, man, Um, and even through everything that was going on that weekend, they still had one of the best cards. And I'm not even just saying that, just it's proven now that I've rewatched it. Um, because honestly, in Santana, being in the Impact show, that being your first time, now you get what I'm saying when I say, like, there's so many distractions that sometimes you just don't see everything. And when
Mhm.
you're paying attention to certain things, sometimes you miss out. So that's always good. I learned that with the whole Roxy thing.
Yeah.
Uh, I I tore her up, baby. I don't regret it for a moment. She in NXT now. She doing good. I tore that up though, because from what I saw, I didn't see all that happened. It didn't
Mhm.
it didn't cut like that for us.
Right.
Um, but any last words, any moments you want to just like throw out there before we
I mean,
wrap
I can
it
try
up?
to tell you, I'm gonna be a part of Bullet Club soon. Me and Nickie gonna be in there.
Ah,
We're already
I,
heels. I
I feel
mean,
like they probably won't let me in if they don't. if they want me to, I just feel like they're gonna want me to like turn on Trey or something, and that's when I'm gonna turn like super baby face.
Well, I'm gonna be a superhero. I think Trey is a phenomenal wrestler. He is, but I leave all that for Nicki. I'm here with the Bullet Club. I'm here with the J and Bay connection.
I'm
That's
just
me.
glad Trey got his earring back, and he
Yeah.
was
Shout out to that
too.
fan. They're the best.
There, I heard. But with that being said, um,
Cheers.
cheers to nothing. I don't even have anything. Cheers. Uh, listen, all in all, yes. It was amazing. Shout out to Impact tonight for doing that episode because
Yeah.
surprise, you guys, there will be no recap.
No.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah, that fan was
Listen.
fire. That was
Listen.
a lucky fan.
Listen, y'all. It's not a secret, okay? It's okay. It's not a secret. Yes, you guys. At the end of the show, I wait to reveal it. I am the fan that caught the earring that Trey threw. And the reasoning B is because I can be trusted. And me and Trey, that is honestly one of the most talented and sweetest people of that I've met in wrestling, honestly. He has shown me nothing but the utmost respect. I feel like we have become friends, and I feel like we have become just like I feel like it's a trust. You start to, it's just like a friendship when you start to trust people,
Mhm.
So and we should be a tag team. We are a tag team. And that is something that I will never forget, ever. I will never forget that moment. And I hope that and Trey knows this. Trey knows that he's special. And that's how it should be, when you meet someone and you Justin, you gotta stop.
Boy.
You gotta stop. But
All
yeah.
right.
And
We're
that's for
done.
anybody though.
We're
But
done.
seriously, with Trey and with Deanna and with Chelsea, like over the months, I've been able to build like genuine friendships with these people in Impact, and I tell them all the time. And Trey will tell you. I tell him all the time. Focus on your mental. I told Deanna. Deanna was looking. My girl was tired, and I told her, make sure you get some sleep before you do this. I've been able to just build a respect for these talent. And I genuinely tell people, go to your shows because I want to see these people succeed. And that was the biggest part of making this post show. I dragged my tag partner into something once again because she knows how much this means to me, and she knows how much it's important for us to be able to, especially when it comes to the knockouts division, give them their proper dues and give them their
Mhm.
flowers. And along the way, I have honestly, um, Trey makes me appreciate men's wrestling more, makes me pay attention. So shout out to Trey Miguel, your Impact X Division champion. We rarely end it with men. So you know, if you can't
Shout
beat
out
him,
to the
join him. Because
Bullet
y'all not beating Trey. I don't care. I don't care.
Club. Shout
I
out to
don't
the Bullet
care.
Club. I'm over
It's
there
not
with y'all.
happening. Ah, it's
I'm
not
over
happening.
there with y'all.
Yeah, we got one Bullet Club
The
member, and then
J
we
and
got
the J and Bay collection. That's me.
Spider Trey, biggest fan here. But seriously, you guys, thank you for all of the content. Tomorrow around 12 p.m. Central, I will be doing a top 5 for the Bella Twins. Make sure you check that out.
I won't be there, so don't look for me.
No, I'll be alone, and I'll have some. I'll have some merge actually that I'm wearing for the show. Um, Probably someone who is probably the biggest Brie Bella fan that I know, right?
Good
So we're gonna
company.
have fun with that, and then we have a post show as well. What? We're not putting that comment on there.
We also have like the Corey and Carmella post show taking
Yep.
place, I think, on tomorrow as well. I think
Yep.
I think like 4:30 or something. And
And shout
then
out to them because they got married.
shout out, they got married on yesterday.
And then we got the
Um,
post show with Santana and Stephanie.
for SmackDown and Rampage. So yeah, here I am being a free agent.
We love to
And then
see it.
Sunday, Turnbuckle Glam.
Turnbuckle Glam. And then Monday,
Start all over again.
and then we start all over again. Hopefully, we will be having an NXT show for you guys. I cannot wait because we will be taking a trip to UK. Now, me and Santana will not be on that show because we have clearly been banned due to our visas not working in the UK or NXT for that matter. We used our badges one time in NXT and it was denied. However, we don't know what could happen.
Really
With
don't
that
know.
being said,
We really don't. I've
we
been
really
trying to get to NXT 2.0, but it doesn't seem like they won't let me across the border.
a visa is not working.
They won't let me across, and I don't know why. But I've been talking about wanting to do NXT, but nobody wants me. I don't I don't really understand. I don't know why they won't let me talk about Carmelo Hayes or anything of that nature. I know he's not the whole show, but it would have been nice to actually do that. But
Maybe, and just maybe, it's the same equivalent to me not being able to talk about Charlotte Flair. Could you think?
well, yeah, but you're
I
not
find it.
necessarily actually available to actually talk about Charlotte Flair, because of
Ooh,
you're
that
not
is.
able to, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm able to, but because I am banned,
I am an able body, she says.
I am able bodied, but unfortunately, I'm not able to do NXT 2.0. Although I want to, but I
Well,
can't.
we have Santana free agenting right now. I don't even know if free agent is a word, but that's what I'm gonna call it.
It's
We
free
do.
agent.
However, we are trying our hardest to get every promotion covered that's televised at least. Now, we still don't have NWA and other promotions like that. However, we never know what could happen. As far as right now, we also on the roster AEW. Let's not forget, Mika and Al have been holding it down, and y'all have been busting out the comments. We need that to stay consistent. We love it. It's so much fun because it allows the Salt Shakers to come in the audience and really just be in the mist.
Yeah,
So we genuinely love it. And then of course back again on Thursday and back again on Friday. So almost every day we're having programming, and we have very something. I'm very excited about this because I'm going to be taking my talent to the news very soon. And you guys, I'm going to be working on my accent. So you guys will get a full show of me in my accent every Monday at 12 p.m. starting May the 9th. I will be coming to you, giving you all the news and women's wrestling talk over the weekend and giving you a little news special. So make sure you bring your tea and carpets and some coffee if you need to.
Unfortunately, I think that I've also been banned from doing the news there because I do the news on Thursdays. So
you already did the news on Thursday.
I know, but I mean, you've already kind of dragged me into doing the news on Monday, but it just really hasn't been confirmed. Just hasn't been confirmed. You gotta brought it up to the owner, and
I did the CEO.
I don't really know if the owner is really going to allow me to do so because the owner believes that I do enough already. So we never really know where I could pop up at this, but I think she gave me the okay and said you can do whatever you want. So guess what? I'm going to do whatever I want because why? I'm the free agent. I'm the free agent and I'm the top heel.
You are definitely
the free agent, and I'm the top heel here at Women's Wrestling Talk. Please know
before we leave, I do want to say, we did actually give you guys a lot of thoughts on all of these matches.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out the post show that we did. It's on the page as well. So make sure you subscribe, and comment for that as well. But yeah, please. We were very ecstatic to have the 4 champions that we have: Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Sasha. That's the top of the breed. I don't care what you say. I know a lot of you guys love Becky and a lot of the other women. And there's no tea, no shade to that. But these 4 women are at the top of their game right now. And they deserve every moment. So make sure you guys check that post show out as well. Driune,
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that
I don't
means.
know. I need a theme song now.
You definitely need a theme song. Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, make sure you check out the Savannah Evans exclusive as we begin to cut off the lights here at Impact and make our way to Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Even though I'm not a free agent, I still hop around in the audience because I'm a big fan. I love it. Santana, before we get out of here, let these people know how they can follow you, where they can follow you, what search engine they need, or if you're opening up your Instagram and being nice.
Oh wow. Well, my Instagram has always been open.
Wow.
But you guys, because I've been active a little bit more on social media, I decided that you guys can go to my Instagram at Santana Muse and follow me there. You can see some of the pictures that I've taken. You can see some of the people that I've met, like where is a Tony Storm?
Oh my God, where's Tony Storm? I haven't.
Yeah, so you guys can just follow my Instagram at Santana Muse, Santana of course, and then Muse MUSE, and you can find me there, or you just type my name in, Driune Santana, and you'll find me anywhere. You have to spell it right, because if you don't, you're not gonna be able to find me like that no more. You're gonna have to spell my name right in order to find me. So just putting that out there. I have no disclaimers, none. You have to worry about me.
Well, listen, I met her, so you don't have to worry about me either. I am the one and only Nickie Booshie. There's nothing else. There's no one else. And I normally say don't come to my page if you don't like Charlotte, but you can actually come because I met Charlotte Flair. And that's probably how I'm going to end it for the remainder of the time that you see me on Women's Wrestling Talk. You can't tell me nothing, right? That's what Kanye said, right? Wait till I get my money right. I got my money right? I saw Charlotte Flair, and I don't care. Like that will forever be the greatest wrestling moment that I will always cherish, because it means Charlotte is the reason why I do this. So having that moment will forever be, and I got to talk about it briefly after our Savannah Evans interview, so make sure you check that out. But I will never be humble and grateful for that moment and the people that made that happen and aligned that for me, because just a year ago I joined the Clubhouse group. And I never would have thought that I would be, I would get that opportunity. And so I'm not even going to cause ruckus anymore. I'm a super baby face from here on out.
Well,
tears. You see the tears? I'm a super baby face until I turn heel. I'm finna pull on my Sasha Banks. Okay.
Well,
but
I'm full heel. That's it. Full heel. I tried being a baby face, but people took advantage of it. So now I'm a full-blown heel. I don't give up.
They love it.
I don't care about those kids. Like Sasha Banks says, you're not supposed to make the kids cry. Driune Santana does.
That's how we ended it tonight. Listen, thank you guys, honestly. And this has been Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.